So, first things first, no one took me up on my ukulele offer, which is fair enough. You can't expect to have an instrument channel and everyone watching to be a potential buyer. So no viewers picked up on that. 3 people told me that it was a great deal and they thought I'd sell them out, but no one actually inquired about buying one. But they are selling in the regular channel, so I had 8 at the time of making that video. I now have 2 left. So no matter, they're going, and people are very happy with the price they're getting them for. And that brings me to another ukulele purchase that I want to use for the purpose of this video, and it's going to be another gripe about eBay. I've had a couple of those in the past. I ditched eBay for a while because I got so fed up with their pro-buyer and lack of protection for the seller policies. They amended some of those policies a couple of years back, and so I went back. It's still very much pro-buyer, but they had a very detrimental, vindictive point system that accrued against the seller for every possible complaint a buyer could make. And it just, you know, if you fell beyond a certain percentage rating, it would affect your sales and it would affect your fees, and I hated it. So I ditched them, and my idea was to fully support Reverb, which is all musical instruments. It's like a little eBay, mom and pop eBay for musical instruments. And I still do Reverb, as you know. I post my Reverb channel in the comments. Link to it, and I love Reverb, but you know the reality is the sales just aren't there. They just don't match eBay. People still shop at eBay. eBay's the place where you can get better deals, lower prices. It's still the #1 online auction site, and many of the competitors have started up and fallen away. So I went back, and I'm doing fairly well on there. I got my seller rating to 100%. I've been on there on and off since about 1999, so I've been on there a good 20 years now, selling instruments, and I had a perfect rating, and ran into the kind of buyer that just completely ruins eBay, and you know, makes me think about quitting again. I won't let this person ruin it, but I have to tell you about this because I'm so flabbergasted as to how this happened. A fella purchased a ukulele from me, a very nice ukulele. You might remember the Mr. My ukuleles I had with the 3 holes in them. Very unique looking. I had 1 left. I was going to keep it, but I decided to move it on. I was selling it on eBay for $140. Some bloke made me an offer of $100. And this is with free shipping, by the way. And somebody did me a good turn that day, so I decided to pass it on in kind and accept the offer and just let him have a good deal on it. I don't usually cater to drastic lowballers, but you know, I was just feeling generous that day. I had 1 left, decided to let him have it. So he got this ukulele for $100 free shipping. Shipping cost me $20–25 to where he lives. So I'm basically letting it go for a few dollars over cost. I mean, I didn't make hardly any money on it. But it's such a super uke, I didn't think more of it. But anyway, the only bag the bag I was originally going to give with the uke is this awful black vinyl, thin skin, no padding, you know, just really cheap $5 Chinese bag, right? I ran out of these at the time I shipped that ukulele out. So I upgraded him. Yes, you knew it was coming. I upgraded him to a padded. These bags retail at $28 a piece. I get them for about $10 cheaper than that. But this is padded Cordura. It's nice, but it's pink. Well, you know, it was probably not a good idea on my part, but I've upgraded bags before, and everyone's thanked me. I've got lots of emails. Oh, I'm so happy you sent me a nicer bag. You know, if I run out of the cheap bags, you know, I'll throw somebody a good bag at no extra cost. And I'm phasing out the cheap bags anyway. I'm going to have this quality for just about anything I send. But anyway, this person receives the ukulele and sends me an email a message through eBay, and it's really aggressive and rude, right? You know, no, hey, I got this. I'm not really happy with the bag color. Is there anything we can do about it? Which was what normal people would do. He writes to me and says, a pink gig bag? No effing way. You need to do something about this, and fast. You know, he got the ukulele for $40 off. I'd given him a $40 break on the price. So I wrote back at him and I said, I ran out of the cheap vinyl bags, so I threw in an upgrade bag. Lucky you. And I was just being silly. Didn't think much more of it. And he sends me a message back. Actually, before he even sends me a message back, he posts bad feedback on my account and completely ruins my perfect record on eBay. Something like, you made an ass of me, I'll never buy from you again. And I wrote him back and I said, hey, do you have a complaint about the bag? I can send you another bag. I can credit you the amount of, you can go out and you can go and buy your bag of your choice. Why leave bad feedback? You're complaining about something. Give me the opportunity to fix it before you wreck my account with bad feedback. And he sends me this long rant back about how my luck has run out, and how I'm such a terrible person, and you've thrived on luck all this time, and now you've run into me, and you're getting your comeuppance. It was weird. It was way over the top. And I tried to reason with the fellow. I said, look, this is just about the color of a gig bag. You like the ukulele, right? You got it for $40 off. You don't like the color of the gig bag. It's a nice padded bag. I'll let you keep that bag. Give it to someone else whose masculinity is not offended by the color. And I'll send you another one, or I'll credit you the amount for the bag, and you get the ukulele even cheaper. $15 for a bag. You end up getting the ukulele something like $84, which now I've made absolutely no money. But no matter, let's take care of this guy and get him out of the way. He sends me another long rant about. He called me a amateur joy boy. He said I needed to put on my big boy pants, like a long paragraph rant. You need to put on your big boy pants. You need to man up. You forgot this is a business, and I wrote back and I said, look, I said, all of your hyperbole aside, we're talking about the color of a gig bag you didn't like. I said, I've ordered from Amazon, Musician's Friend, Guitar Center, and occasionally they make mistakes. It doesn't mean they're a bad business. It doesn't mean that they're horrible people. It happens, and you give those people a chance to correct their error. This person is absolutely not interested in working out any kind of compromise whatsoever. Refuses to remove the bad feedback. And furthermore, on 2 different messages, told me on the first one, I just want you to communicate. I want you to treat me like I'm a valuable customer, and I want your communication. And the very next email, he writes back to me and he says, I just want you to go away. Give me my credit and go away. And I said to him, well, you opened a return request, so you have to make a choice. At no point in our conversation did he tell me what he actually wanted. And I kept asking, what do you want? What do you want? And I said, I can't give you a credit and go away. I can give you a partial credit for the cost of the bag, and then the case is closed. Or you can return the ukulele to me, in which case it has to be shipped back. It has to arrive in the same condition that I sent it out, and then you get a full refund. You don't deserve one, but you'll get one. I said, if you want to return the item, I'll be happy to take it back and sell it for the full $140 that I intended to sell it in the first place. And we'll call this quits, even though I don't think you have grounds for this type of return. I mean, this is a buyer's remorse thing, and there's nothing wrong with the ukulele. and I'm offering to send you a new bag or credit you the money for it. And so I didn't hear back from him, and finally I just sent him a credit of $15 and said, "You want a credit right now? I take it that will take care of the situation. I don't understand why you're being so vindictive. I don't understand why this is a massive issue. It can be easily remedied. I don't understand why you've made it so attritional." And anyway, eventually, a couple days later, after not hearing back from him, he accepted the $15 credit to get himself a new bag, I suppose, keeping the good bag I gave him, and now the case is closed, but that feedback is still there. So, this just, it ruins the experience. I get so many good buyers, so many grateful buyers, thankful buyers. The odd problem usually with shipping, but I get very, very few returns for anything I've done wrong, because I'm very organized with this sort of stuff. And I pack instruments really well, and I set them up so they arrive usually in great playable condition unless something happens on the journey. So, it's always more irksome to me when I get someone like this, because it's not normal. But anyway, this fellow for me I don't want to take this in a political on a political direction or anything like that. I don't want to alienate any viewers, but this to me epitomizes, this buyer, this person epitomizes to me what is wrong with America at the moment. Two things: complete lack of empathy. The fella has no empathy. He doesn't realize that it's a simple error. Even if it is an error, I don't think it was an error, but it can be remedied. He can give the person a chance to put it right, and he could have gone through the process without submitting a complaint. But he was bent on vengeance. He was bent on being vindictive. He had this sort of sanctimonious, self-righteous attitude that he was appointed, probably by God in his mind, to give me my comeuppance, because I'm this awful person that wronged him, slighted him, you name it. And these are the two problems I see: lack of empathy, and people having this sort of over-the-top, misplaced sense of vindictiveness, cruelty, unkindness. I see it a lot, and it's a real problem. And it makes me sad when I run into it. Now, this is taken care of. It's not a problem. It doesn't happen. I've never had a situation like this in 20 years over a Gigbag color. He's gone now, but I'm on the verge of calling eBay up and saying, "Can you remove that feedback? It's insane. There's something mentally wrong with this person." And hopefully they will do that for me, because it's just a bad stain on what is an excellent record. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. I don't know if any of you have any similar experiences or anything to add to that, and I've waffled on too long. But we've joked about this pink Gigbag before, and it came back to bite me. And I'm just wondering, how many of you fellas out there, and I think my viewers are mostly blokes, if you got a ukulele with a Gigbag like this, would you be able to handle it? Would it be such a source of consternation? I had a couple of guys buy one locally from me and pick them up, and they just asked me very politely, "Do you have a black one? Or a green one?" "Oh, sure, I'll switch it out for you." And it was no big deal. They couldn't handle the pink bag, but they were decent about requesting a replacement. And I only ever had a couple of these in the first place, so it's not like I've had a slew of pink Gigbags going out. I think I had maybe 4 that I got as a replacement color from the manufacturer because they ran out of the green ones. And I said, "Sure, send them." I did get a girly ukulele. You saw the Makani that I had a video on, that I've put the rest of the big pink Gigbags with, and they go great, and they've been selling. I've got one left, and that's what this is here. So hopefully the pink Gigbag crisis is now over. And hopefully it'll be a while before I run into an eBay situation like that again. All right, just sharing. See you next time.